Remember, I always said I'm never low enough if I can't touch my fingertips to the mat. All right, so if I'm up here in my stance, and this is as far as my hand goes down, then I know I'm not low enough. All right, there's plenty of gaps and my opponent can get into my legs here. All right, so when I'm in my stance, all right, my fingertips can always touch the mat. All right, when I'm moving, all right, I like to have left leg lead. All right, my chest is right over top of my knee. Here, my legs aren't bent too much that my chest is back. My legs aren't too straight that I'm leaning too far forward. Find a good balance here where your chest is right over top of your knee. Have a good solid lead leg. I mean, you can go square stance if you want to, but I have more of a left leg lead. Here, I can always touch the mat, moving forwards, backwards, left, right. And when we're doing this, try and add a couple little stutter steps. All right, one of my biggest setups whenever I'm wrestling is just this. All right, just a little stutter step to throw that guy off. All right, it just freezes him for a second. Okay, so I'm moving forwards, backwards, and just little stutter steps. Here, it really throws the guy off. All right, again, moving, always checking yourself, making sure that I can touch the mat here at all times. All right, so just on your own, start getting in that stance, moving around. 1, 2, 3. That means my foot is heavy. All right, it's gonna take a lot to get the weight off of that foot right now. All right, so if I would go like this, I can almost guarantee if I'm wrestling a good guy, he's gonna pounce on that leg. All right, and I have no defense there now because it's so heavy. Okay, so whenever I say stutter step, it really comes off the back foot. All right, here I'm driving off this and going forward. All right, just to move forward. I'm really light on my front foot, just driving off of it. The other way, here, and it's not a big step. I know a lot of people when you set your feet to take a shot. All right, I'm in my stance, and then it's going to be this big drop step. And now I lowered my level and I'm ready to shoot. For me, it's about 2 or 3 inches. Just from here to here. And now I'm set. Okay, so if you go back, we're gonna just do the same thing on your own again. Here, I'm gonna take this little stutter step. It's only a couple inches. Here, I'm just stepping forward. Look, my front leg, you don't hear it hit at all. It's really soft. All right, none of this. All right, that means my foot's heavy. All right, just little stutter steps. All right, but again, we're focusing on defense. My head and hands, my head should be just over top of my toe, chest right over top of my knee. My hands are down. Here, I should always be able to touch. All right, don't get your elbows back here too far. All right, my hands are in front of me. Ready, okay? One more time, 1, 2, 3. Slow. So, whenever he shoots, he's here. I want my head to meet him before he can get to my leg. All right? So as he's shooting, I have to lower my level and I meet my head to the side of his neck right here. All right? If I'm any higher, he slips underneath on me and gets my leg. That's the point of not having my hands, because my head is my first line of defense. Okay? So as he shoots, I meet him with my head. Now at the same time, I'm also pivoting and taking that foot away. Slow. I meet him, and I take that foot away. So if he's not shooting on me, I'm going to lower my level, my head meets him, and I guide him past and pivot that foot away. Here I'm in my stance, and I guide him past. Here. Right here. Now I don't want to see this. Partner, you have to take good shots. All right, this isn't helping at all. Go ahead. All right, this isn't helping. I want to get my head in there. It's probably not going to feel good on his t-shirt. I know it sucks, but I stick my head right in his neck here. Shoots the other side. Same thing. I want to meet him. I don't want to be backing up, but I also don't want to be pushing into him too hard. All right. My defense, I'm solid standing here. All right, my feet are light. I'm not standing still in this drill. All right, my feet are just moving a tiny bit, and I know he's gonna shoot. Sorry, one more time. Right here, and I'm not letting him even touch my legs. All right, if he touches my legs while my head is in here, that means that my head is not far enough over top of my foot. And I'm not low enough, because there's no way he should be able to even touch my legs right here. Okay? So we're gonna get our partner. We're just gonna go nice and slow, just like this at first, so you get a feeling of what it's like putting your head inside and keeping that good position. Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3. And my knees are bent, my butt's down. All right, not butt up and head down. All right. So again, here. Go ahead, fire off. Here, I stay low. My chest is almost touching my knee whenever I'm down blocking there. All right. So get your butt down a little more, and then again, I'm not taking both feet back. It's more pivoting on one foot and guiding them past. Got it? 1, 2, 3. I want to have my head right in that position again. So slow. Here, I meet him. I throw my hands behind my back. Take that leg away. I guide him past. Now, my head has to stay right in the back of his armpit here. All right. If I let him go here, I'm never going to get a reshot. All right. But I just stopped his shot, right? So now I'm in an advantage. I should be able to get a reshot here. All right. He squares up, and there's my shot. We're not going to get that far yet, but that's the point of it. So I keep my hands behind my back until he shoots. I meet him with my head, and then I guide him past. Right here, my head stays in the back of his armpit. No space out here. Okay? Stays in the back of the armpit, and I chase him down. Here. There. All right, eventually, when we're wrestling, he's gonna square up, right? And that's where my shot comes, when he squares. But for this drill, we just guide him past to here. Let him go. All right, so slow. Start off slow, meet him, and then guide him past. All right, my hands are behind my back. Take that. I want to be pretty much as high in his armpit as I can here. I say the elbow, but the higher in his armpit I can, just because I got more control up there than down here. So high in his armpit, my head stays right behind him. Here, and guide him past. Questions? All right, 1, 2. Sometimes your partner will put 2 shots together, and that's when he gets in on your leg. All right, this is where the mistake comes for that. All right, he takes 1 shot, and now I raise up just a little bit. I mean, I'm not that high, I can almost touch, but still I raise up, and I give him this space. All right. Now, like I said, I'm on defensive mode right now. I'm not trying to chase him down. But after he shoots, I want to be right in his face again, all right? I don't want to give him this space. That's where he gets his shot from. If he shoots, I'm up in his face, all right? And I'm not giving him a chance to take that second shot because pretty much he's got to come up higher than me. He shoots, all right? See where he is compared to me? He comes up higher. If I meet his level, then he shoots underneath of me. But if I stay low, he's not going to get underneath of me now. So even if he puts 2 shots together, all right, I'm still in that good stance and I don't move out of that position. All right? So just try and focus. Once he takes that first shot, that you don't take that little break and raise up just that much. All right? He shoots, down block, and I'm right back on him, and he shoots again. Okay? Let's do that one more time. One guy's shooting the whole time. 1, 2, 3. Close to me all the time when I'm in a match and say I'm up by a point or so, I know I'm trying to defend, I'm not trying to score again, I'm all defense, is I get caught. I'm in my good stance here, but I get caught standing flat-footed. My feet are, just standing still. So he'll just scream for me to pump my feet, and I just this little bit to get my feet moving. All right, so that I'm light again. If you get standing still and your feet are heavy, it's a lot harder for me to defend. Even if I have my good position and I know he's going to take this shot, all right, it's a lot harder to move my feet when I'm standing still. So just a little pump here, and then I'm ready to go, all right? Just keep your feet moving. We're gonna go back to the little elbow pass, all right? Do that a couple times each guy, and then we'll get into a shot, all right? So now, hands behind back, partner shoots, guide and pass with the elbow, keep your head in the back of his armpit. 5 each guy, and we're gonna get into a shot. 1, 2, 3. Here, I drop right in. And like I was telling you guys, all right, here, I can't stand up again. See, I'm a little too high here. Now I have to lower my level. And by the time I lower my level, he knows it's coming, and he's going to defend me. All right. So, as I guide him past, I stay low so that I can just drop right in. I don't have to take the time. I don't have to take the time to lower my level and then shoot. All right. Here, I stay low, and I drop right into my high crotch. You can finish to a double, lift them up, whatever you want to do. I would say finish to a double is the best. Here, you drop across. All right, if I keep that elbow across, I shouldn't have any trouble getting in. Here, all right, there's nothing blocking me from me getting in on his leg right here. All right, sometimes he will be able to fight it back, but that's even more of an opening too. He fights his arm back, and I pop right underneath of it. Again, drive across my double. So we still start with our hands behind our back, guide and pass. Remember, head is the first thing. All right, head is the first line of defense. Guide and pass, and then just drop it in on the shot. All right, 1, 2, 3. High crotch, because that's what's easy. One leg is right there. But really, if I do this right, a lot of times I'm not even going to have to touch my knees. I can just blow right through him. I have this whole side of his body beat right here, all right? So there's no point sometimes in me going to the knee and wasting my time walking my hands, then switching to a double, when I can just go drive right through him, all right? So I want you to do that. You got double leg. Just running through him. Sometimes, if this guy's good, all right, he's gonna square up hard, and that leaves this other leg here, so I sweep back to the opposite side to my single leg. All right, here, sweep back to the other side. All right, that should be most of your good side single leg, right? Yeah, right leg, lead, that's your single. So, here, he squares up hard. Now, I bait him with this. I'm trying to push his by. Now, he swings back hard. That's when I come to the opposite side. All right? Any questions on that? So you got double leg, just blast double, and then the far side sweep single. All right, 1, 2, 3. Back and shoot. All right, I got this. Now, if I don't have a solid reshot where I can just blow through the guy, then a lot of times what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake. So I fake this and pull his head underneath of me. All right, from my front headlock. All right. So as he shoots, I get behind his arm here and I fake this high crotch and pull his head down, bring him to that. All right. I like front headlock. It's a pretty solid position for me. Get there a lot. So sometimes I would rather be in front headlock than down here trying to scramble with his leg. Okay, so hands behind my back, shoots here, fake, and pull him down. All right, sometimes I'm not going to need the club. All right, here, and I can just reach up over top here. But if his head's too high, then I'm going to need a club and pull him down underneath of it because I don't want to jump up over top of his head. All right, so shoot, fake, pull him down. Okay? Any questions? Give him a hard fake, and that's going to make him take that leg back, and that should bring his head down too. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Sprawling since you've been 5 years old, or however long you've been wrestling, whatever. All right? But I know whenever I started wrestling, it was like the cool thing to do is see how high you could jump when you sprawl. It was always get your hips down. All right? Jump, lay on the mat, and then get back up. All right? Now, once you're getting to be better wrestlers, you realize how long this takes to get your hips to the mat when you're actually sprawling. All right? So, now, the goal for me is to get my hips to the mat as fast as I can. So, for me, that means my hips drop straight down. There's no jump at all. My feet go straight back, and my hips go to the mat. Here, my arms are straight. All right, I want my chest up. How often do you want to be down on the mat like this? All right, never. So whenever I sprawl, I'm in my stance here, my feet go straight back, my hands go straight down, and my hips are down. All right, I mean, as close as they can get to the mat here. My back's arched, my head's up. All right, here, as fast as I can, and then it's back up. Whether it's back up to my stance, or here, and circling. I mean, that's gonna be what it would be like for a front headlock, all right? So if here I'm in my front headlock position, I should be able to move to both sides, and I'm back up. Here, hips down, chest is up, arms are straight, circle. All right, and right back up in my stance. So, we'll work on that for a couple minutes before we head outside. So you're in your stance still. Remember, you should always be able to touch the mat here. I'm in my good stance. My feet don't leave into the air at all. They just go straight back. Here. And then hop back up. All right? Make sure your back is arched. Any questions? This leg puts it back. All right? I don't have to go this side, this side, this side, this side. Pump the switch. Keep switching it off. Might go to this side. One more time. Same side. Just make him react. All right? Anybody can stand here and say, okay, I'm going to sprawl now. And get your hips back. But it's a lot different when you got to react to your partner. He touches that leg. You got to get back up. All right? So quick reaction time. Partner, you're not shooting or anything. All you're doing, you're just staying in your stance. I don't want you just standing up like this. Make sure you're in your stance the whole time. Pulling after that leg. All right? Get your partner. 1, 2, 3. Into my double leg. All right? Just an easy drill. I'm not finishing or anything. I'm not finishing, just come straight up to my double leg. Here. All right? Just getting used to sprawl. And there's my reshot. All right, so don't waste any time down here. All right, so as soon as I hit, popping right back up to my shot.
Is that basically the same thing you want us to do for the drill we just did?
Not necessarily. Or wait, you mean this?
Yeah, the one that we just.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing, same thing. All right, so partner taking that good fake shot, getting your leg, hop sprawl, popping up. All right. 1, 2, 3. So, we're gonna go over a little bit of how to sprawl when a guy shoots. All right, we already did. We know we gotta get our hips straight down. We want our chest and back up. All right. Now, first one we're gonna do is a high crotch. So my partner's gonna take a high crotch. All right. Now, common mistake is that when we sprawl, we're just gonna sprawl straight back, and a lot of times we're gonna try and put this hip into the guy. If we put this hip into the guy, we're almost giving him this angle that he can go around and finish to a double. So even if I get over top of him here and I'm sprawling, if I put this hip into him, he's already behind me. Okay? And he just sits in the corner there. So when the partner takes a high crotch here and his head's on the outside, I want to get my opposite hip into him. So I sprawl, I want my laces on the mat here, and I want to get my opposite hip in. Now, look at his angle, all right? He's not going to finish a double from here, all right? If I turn this hip in, he still has a chance to switch his hands on, all right? But if I put my opposite hip in, all right, he has no angle at all, and I'm at a much bigger advantage right here to go behind.
So,
right?
So we like put the opposite hip in, not the one his head is on. Just
right, the opposite one.
All right.
So here, I sprawl, all right, now my opposite hip, here. So as he's shooting, we're gonna go slow. As he's shooting, I wanna sprawl to here. And a lot of times, that might happen, all right? If I hit this quick and I know have a good reaction time, I'm gonna crush him just like that, all right? So, here, my sprawl, I'm gonna go down first. I'm sprawling down and here. All right, now my laces are gonna go into the mat right away. It's hard to drill slow, so you can see my toes stuck in. but my laces go to the mat so that they can't drive up. All right. And I go behind. Now we're gonna do the same thing for our head inside single, but we'll start with this one. All right, so partner shoots here. All right. Notice I'm catching his far hip right here. This is just something for me to hold on to. That helps me more get this angle. See that over here? I don't want to be too far over the top. Here, my chest is up. Shoelaces are in the mat. I catch his hips in, and I can circle behind. So if he's got my leg here, all right, even if we're just in this position, this is kind of a scramble, all right? We're already in on the shot. He might be trying to finish. If I keep trying to just keep hipping in right here, he's probably going to finish on him, all right? So that's why as soon as we get here, my opposite hip goes in and I catch this, all right? My opposite hip goes in, and now he's got no angle, all right? You don't feel very comfortable down there, right? No, all right? My chest is up, just like if I wasn't on top of him right here. My hands would be barely on the mat, my chest is up, all right? My hips are in. Here, and I can go behind.
Could we go butt drag as well?
Yes. Yep. Any questions on that? Partner shoots a high crotch. All right. You can go slow first. Might even be easier if you start in like this and then you hit your sprawl. And he's gonna try and put that opposite hip in. Yeah. Okay. And start picking up the pace once you get the hang of it. All right. Once you get used to it, it's going to be both at the same time, but it's kind of hard to get that feeling right away. Like I said, wrestling's a lot of body control, so you got to kind of do it separately to begin with, and then you can put them both together. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Going to his hip. This hand, I'm not a big crossface guy because I'm trying to get to this side of him. All right, so if anything, I kind of want to push his head down. All right, here, so I keep my hand right on the back of his neck, if I see that. Here, sprawl, and then once we get to the mat here, now I can go over top of his head. I'm gonna try and work on his elbow or his grip, all right? So keep this hip so he can't circle the corner, first of all right? If I let go of this, he's gonna try and get down with it. So I keep his hip with this hand, sprawl, now pulling up on his elbow here, or just working on his grip. Either way. And then I circle behind. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my shoelaces in the mat at first so he can't drive up. But once I stop him here, now I'm gonna dig my toes in, put weight into him, break his grip, and now I circle behind him. Yes?
Is that like grabbing the hip right here, or like grab the ankle?
Yeah, the ankle works too.
No, Paul.
I don't know why I'd really grab the hip. Here, I just hold his whole body, I guess. Probably because I don't want to reach too far. Sometimes if I reach over too much, then he can pop me up.
What about the near ankle?
Here. The near ankle isn't quite as good because he can still step his foot up. Here, okay?
Yeah.
So sometimes if this far ankle's close, then yes, I can grab that and that's probably even better. But if this foot is kind of out here, I don't want to have to try and reach up over the top so he can peek out. Okay? So here, hips, my hips are into him. Then I can break his lock.
What would you like us to do with the free arm? Like if he shoots to this leg, this one goes to the butt drag or
that one's gonna guide him. So first here, on the back of his neck. Here. Then once I get his head down here, I can go to an ankle or whatever. Like you said, butt drag, and go behind. Any questions there? All right, so now we got the sprawl down. Start putting the details in where you're keeping his head down, keeping that hip, then you can switch to an ankle, go to his elbow, break the grip, stuff like that, okay? Any questions? 1, 2, 3. Partner shot head outside, put the opposite hip into him. Same thing when our partner shoots on the inside, head inside, here. I can't, if I sprawl with this hip into him, what's he gonna do?
He's gonna run it.
He's gonna run the corner and go behind, all right? So, when he shoots, I gotta get his head down, and I want to put my opposite hip in to here. All right. So if he keeps his hands locked, get his head down. Now, even from this position, if I keep this left hip in, he's still going to be able to circle. He's going to circle, 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 and probably eventually get behind me. All right. From here, I keep his head down, and I put my opposite hip into him. All right. So my right hip should be right behind his armpit here. This hand, I try and put my elbow on the other side to block him. Now from here, if he's still got his hands locked, again, I can pull up on the elbow, his grip, whatever. But I have him posted here so he can't circle anymore. Break his grip and walk behind. All right. So again, we can start partners in on our leg. I'm going to push his head down, and again, put my opposite hip into him when I sprawl. Here. This arm is blocking his hip so he can't run. All right, if that's not there, even if I put this hip in, he's still going to be able to run his feet. So stop him with this elbow. Break his grip with his lock, or with his elbow, go behind. So again, when you go out, first thing, just have your partner start with in on the leg. I'm going to put his head down. My shoelaces go to the mat. And my opposite hip goes into him. I'm trying to really turn my body here so I take that angle away. This elbow stays in his hip. I can post my hand on the mat if I need to. Lift, break his grip, and go behind. Any questions?
Yeah. What if we're wrestling like a Peterson guy? And how can we?
I'm not going to get my wrist caught.
Okay.
Here? You mean if he would grab this wrist?
Yeah, and roll through.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it outside here. I don't wrap at all.
Okay.
I never put my arm inside. I'm just going to put it here, and if I need to, I'll post it on the outside of his knee.
How would you stop him? It's like trying to do an Irene from there.
No.
He's
Stop
not,
him?
He's not doing no Iranian.
He's not gonna do that. You can get in there and try.
Yeah, get in there and try it, Joe.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like, coming up.
Oh, coming out?
Yeah.
No, my hips are in.
Yeah.
That's why the first thing I do is stuff his head. All right? This isn't going to work. I can't even throw my other hip in if I don't stuff his head. All right? So I stuff his head here, and then I switch. All right? Now, this is also, it's not letting him run around this way, but it's also not letting him get his hips into me. That's what's stopping him. All right? I'm not letting him get his knees up underneath of him that he can peek out. All right? Here, break his grip, and walk behind. Try it. All right, 1, 2, 3. As I got my whizzer, if he's got the other hand on top, I'm just going to break his grip right away. All right? He's got it locked right. There's a couple other things we can do. But first of all, we got to keep our balance. All right? Because we're not going to work on breaking his grip until we're solid here. You have to have good balance in this position. All right? One thing I like to do is I like to hook my foot right behind his far knee. All right? Some guys like their foot to be out in the back here. I just never feel comfortable there. All right? For me, if I'm in the offensive position, if someone puts their leg there, I feel like I'm going to finish every single time. It makes it easy for me. Sorry, I know that sucks. All right? So I hook my foot behind his knee here, whizzer and wrist, and I want my weight into him. All right? I'm equally, my weight is balanced between both legs. All right? I'm not hopping on this foot, all my weight on this foot. I still want to keep weight on this leg so that he's got to hold it up. If all my weight's on this foot, he doesn't have to do any work. All right? This is easy for him to stand there. All right? I want to make it a little more difficult on him and put some weight on that leg. All right? So he's got to hold it the whole time. All right? Now, this guy, he's probably going to want to be trying to move me around, right? So, at the same time, I keep my leg hooked here, my foot hooked, my whizzer tight, and his wrist. Now, as he moves me, look where my body is. I'm always forward. My chest is leaning forward. If I get standing up too much, he's going to sit me right back to my butt. All right? So, I need to keep balanced. Whizzer, wrist, weight balanced on both legs. Foot hooked, Here. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, guy's gonna go out. Just gonna grab up my single leg. First of all, just gonna grab whizzer wrist. All right, go ahead, get my wrist. Here, and I'm just gonna start moving him. All right, I want him to stay balanced. Right now, I can tell that a lot of his weight is on this foot. Try and put more weight on this leg. Yeah, there you go. That makes it much harder on me. All right, I feel it a lot more in my back right now. All right, if you let the weight off of that. Here, I can move him very easily right here. As soon as he puts weight on it, all right, it's a lot harder for me. All right, and I really have to squeeze with my hands to try and keep it tight. All right, so go out, just switch on and off, try and keep your balance. Guy in on a leg, move him around a good bit. Not necessarily trying to take him down live, but give him a good feel. All right, 1, 2, 3. It's because I know for him to finish, right now he's got basically one finish. He's gonna try and sit me to my butt, right? All right, so I'm ready for that. That's why I really lean forward, because I know he's gonna try and sit me. All right, I don't want to fall to my butt. If nothing else, I want to fall forward and I keep my whizzer. Now this is a scramble. All right, if he's able to sit me to my butt, all right, 95% of the time I'm getting taken down. Okay, so the reason, all right, I'm leaning forward now. I know I'm not going to my butt. The reason I hold his wrist is because I know his next option is to try and get my leg up, right? He wants it up here. And once I get up here, my chances have just gone way down, all right, to defend this single leg. All right, so now I'm gonna hold this wrist. So if he goes to switch, that's when I put my leg down, all right? If he does it right, there is a way that he's gonna get this up there. But most of the time, this is gonna stop him, all right? As soon as he goes, I pull it up.
Do you hold the wrist when you go to your knees like you said?
When we go forward?
Yeah.
No. I know he's trying to sit me, and I'll just post down. There. I might whip him to the mat. I mean, that's also a good defense. Here, if I know I'm not comfortable up on my feet, I'm just gonna hop down and try and get down to this position.
Grab your own thigh?
Scramble. Is that?
Grab your own thigh with the whizzer?
Yeah.
Your thigh?
I'm not right now. I guess you can grab inside your thigh. You can grab your wrist, or I mean your ankle.
Yeah.
Here. I try and keep it up in his armpit because I want to keep him up high.
Hey, we're going down. Can't he like switch and like come over here? Just double it?
Yeah, but that's why I keep, like I said, my legs are further apart than you think.
No, I'm on the way down.
Huh?
If you go forward.
Yeah, you just got to be aware of it. You know that's what he's going to. Always keep that foot away. All right. So, next thing we're doing here is holding his wrist. All right. This is just a real simple one. All right. I know he's going to try and switch off, so I pull my leg back. All right. I'm always holding this wrist. Even if I lose the whizzer, all right. He's got his hand. Go ahead, lock your hands. Lock your hands. Even if we're here, all right, and I lose my whizzer, I always hold this wrist. All right. This is more important than the whizzer. All right. Always hold the wrist. Now, as soon as he goes to switch, foot goes to the mat. Lift up with with the whizzer. Okay? And then you can also work on this one too. Here. Whipping him down. But always keep that ankle away, like you said. Alright? Be aware that he's going to try and switch to that double leg. Yeah. So this foot's going to stay away. Alright, we'll get into some more of that stuff in a little bit. Alright? 1, 2, 3. Now, a lot of times he's just gonna try and hold this here until he sees an opening, all right? Or if I have really good defense right here, I'm pretty heavy, I know it's hard for him to get my leg out, all right? So my go-to to get my leg down, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower my level here, and I'm gonna put my shoulder right underneath his chin. At the same time, I lift and I'm squeezing his arms together. Here, all right? So I got his wrist here, and all I'm gonna do is drop, hands up. Here, drop to here, all right? Now, just lift it straight up underneath his chin and pull his arms together. I know that is not a good feeling, all right? Because you want to hold on so bad, but You just can't. So I'm hopping, all right, create a little space. Sometimes if he's got really good head position in here, it's gonna be tough for me to do. So I gotta work down and then I drop, all right? My whole shoulder has got to go below his chin. Here, all my weight is on this foot now, but I transfer it and I try and put all of it on the left foot. I stomp it to the mat.
You said you prefer to have your foot in the middle or the outside?
The middle. Okay. Right here. I hook it behind this knee right here. That makes it just a little bit more difficult, so if he does try and lift it up, I'm hooking there, so it's harder for him to get it out. Okay? So here, lower my level, shoulder goes underneath his chin, and I want to face him. I don't stay, like, see how this, he's facing that way, facing this way. I want to face the same direction as him. No, or opposite direction, exactly. Here. Lift it up. Questions there? One more time. Got my leg, whizzer wrist, lower my level. Hop, here, lower, straighten up. All right, 1, 2, 3. Because it's good if you need some points. All right, so here, same move we just did. I'm gonna hop underneath, but now from right here, I got both of his arms bundled. I'm gonna throw them back that way. All right? I'm not gonna do a huge throw. All right, it doesn't have to be a huge throw.
Just like a sit.
All right, you could back arch if you want to, but from right here, all I'm gonna do, I have his wrist, but at the same time, whenever I come up underneath of him, I'm gonna come up to his elbow. Right, I got both elbows pinched right here. Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep my hips into him. All right, arch, and I'm gonna go back over this side. All right, but all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here, straight back. Right. If you do it, I mean, you could get a huge throw here, or you go here,
Fargo.
pitch him. All right, for me, I'm just gonna step, once I step my foot down here, it's more just an arch.
Do you want to step, when you put your foot down, do you want to step in or step on the outside?
It really doesn't matter here. If you can step to the outside, that's gonna work, but this really works just because he's not ready to get thrown while he's in on a single leg. So here, step down. Pitch. Now I don't really, notice I don't touch my butt at all. So whenever I step that foot down, I got my double overs. It's not sit and then roll. All right, it's arch. And I just hit that shoulder, and that was it. All right.
That was sweet.
One more time.
Yeah.
So it goes the side, the leg that I stomp down, I'm going to that side, not over the other way. All right, here.
So you're gonna opposite your head.
Opposite your head, yeah. Any questions? Yes.
Is it hard both of them to like get in on that?
No, because
Unless it's Elmer.
I have his arm. I want his arm pinched in between here, because that's where this is coming from here, and I pinch this. I'm locking my fingers right here. Yeah.
What if he just locked up?
Well, his arm. See where his arm is right here? I don't let this get around me. If he does, I mean, it's still. This is almost sometimes easier for me to throw. Okay. If he locks up and makes it tight, then I can pitch him even easier. But this isn't something that you're gonna stomp his foot down, sit here and think about it for a second.
There you go.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah, as soon as you stomp your foot down, you throw.
Boom.
Trying to do it nice. All right?
For shot.
Try it a couple times. Remember, just don't sit to your butt. It's got to be arch, and then you only hit that shoulder. All right, 1, 2, 3. And everything from here. All right, but there is going to be the time when a guy brings our leg up to here. Right. So, first thing that I have to do to fight this position is I have to keep distance, all right? If he gets in close and like get this leg bent, yeah, he's gonna trip me here, guaranteed, all right? So I wanna get my ankle in this little pocket, all right? And now I can keep my hand in his chest and keep distance. I'm almost trying to lean up over him, touch my chin to my knee, all right? That's where I have my best balance. If I stand out like this, all right, it's still gonna be trouble. He's gonna post that leg up and yeah, trip me. All right, but from here, as long as I can keep this here and keep him far away from me, I feel like I have a chance. Then the next thing that I'm gonna do, I keep my distance and then I'm gonna try and pop this back in through that pocket. All right, see that? So we go from here and I keep my distance, keep him away, and then when I'm ready, I'm gonna try and hop my knee through this little pocket to here, and we're back to the same position.
So you gotta
Go back down to my leg.
You gotta grab his tricep.
Not really.
Hump his arm.
Here. Oh, this side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and pull him into me to here.
Does that kind of like loosen up that space a little bit?
If he's holding it really tight, then sometimes it's difficult. All right.
If it's like.
But so right here, if he's holding it, go ahead, hold it really tight. Yeah. Here, it's gonna be hard sometimes, and sometimes I really might try and actually like jump up on him, all right, and just put weight, because if he's carrying my weight here, he's probably not gonna do it for very long, all right. So if I can, here, keep my distance, and then pull that through that little loop, and we're back into this position. All right, now I have to do a better job of not letting them get it all the way back up. All right, here, then I can get to this and get it back.
When you're ready to like go in, do you want to like grab the elbows and pull?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Here, I keep distance. Now, like you said, pulling this tricep. Here to here. Okay. All right. Any questions there?
When you have your legs straight up, are you like still trying to put some weight down on it?
Yeah. Here, I'm leaning forward, so there's weight here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. If I have all my weight on this foot, that's when I'm bouncing and bouncing. This gets tiring for me. All right. If I have this here, this gets tiring for him just as much. All right. And it's not comfortable. It sucks whenever you get to this position, you get his leg that high, and then you can't finish, or you struggle to finish. It takes a lot of energy out of you. All right? Any more questions there? All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Up here, I don't have many options, right? I can try and keep him away as long as I can. All right, but eventually, if I can't get my foot back down to here, I'm probably in trouble. All right? So he gets my leg up here, so all I'm gonna do is go down to here. All right? Now, most of the time, if you're wrestling someone, I mean, even good guys do this, but they're probably gonna try and rush this. They see you go down, and like he just does, right there, he goes to my waist. All right? The right thing to do here, let me do it for a second. The right thing to do, go ahead, down that, is that I'm gonna try and climb up his leg nice and slow. All right? But a lot of guys, they wanna try and rush it. Go down. And they're either gonna go around the waist or just jump after this leg. All right, so that's what I'm ready for. He's got my leg up, and as soon as he jumps, I'm sitting this foot through.
Yoga.
Here. All right? And that momentum is usually gonna drive his head right into the mat. And it's gonna end up like a switch. All right, so we're up, here, he drives, and I get to here. All right? Now, I can't stay here. If I stay here, he's gonna climb up and probably take me down. So as soon as I hit, I gotta be ready to scramble. So I go down, he chases me here, and now I get back up to this position. Now we're still in a scramble, we're still fighting. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm not gonna get taken down. But, huh?
What if he just stands back up?
It happens sometimes. But I made that scramble just a little bit longer. I gave myself a little bit more of a chance rather than just getting taken down. All right. But like I said, in a match, sometimes we get here and this guy, he's chasing so hard that as soon as he reaches, his head goes to the mat and I'll come up on top of him like this. All right, and now I'm in a great position to finish. All right, so I'm really just taking his momentum, knowing what he wants to do. He wants to chase that double leg. He's gonna try and run after it hard. If he rushes it, I just sit through.
Push his head down too.
I'm probably not gonna get to push his head down. Here, as soon as he chases.
Should we try it though?
Now, no, because it's not close enough. I don't think you're gonna be able to get your hand on his head.
Will it work the same way if you're here
And he has the leg and you kind of circle and then go.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna just stay in the same position. I'm gonna fight this. Like, I'm trying to fight here, and then as soon as he reaches, I get my hips up.
could heavyweights do that?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good push.
How often do
I mean, I learned this from a 184 pounder, so. There you go.
25.
Hey Ben, how often do heavyweights shoot?
Yeah, better question.
All right, you guys got it?
Let's go try this.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
You want cookie?
In a match. Come here.
You say I did.
You want to be my partner?
You're gonna be a cheerleader.
All right. They asked me to show this. So, single leg, we're in the middle here. All right. Like I said, we're gonna
Get this shit on video.
It's not a bad thing to pull him down to the mat. All right. Sometimes you're just better off here. I don't know if you don't have very good balance or what. I would almost rather be standing. I don't really like this position, but what I can do from here is I'm gonna grab my own ankle. For one, I can create a stalemate here pretty easily. If I grab my own ankle, I'm just gonna keep weight into him here and not let him score. All right. There is a little tilt out of here. This kid used to do it that I used to wrestle in high school all the time. As far as I know, I think he started it, but whatever. All right, so I grab my own ankle. I can only do this if my leg is in the middle of his. If he's outside here, this doesn't work. All right, so my leg's in the middle. All I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put my head on the mat.
Watch out.
I'm gonna reach back in between
Hey,
my
watch out.
legs here and in between his. All right, at first, I'm probably only gonna be able to grab his thigh, but then on the way through, I'll grab his wrist. All right, so from here, I'm posting, put my head on the mat. Here, I go in between my legs. All right, can't go around the back. In between my legs, and I grab inside his thigh here. From here, I'm gonna take this leg and try and kick it up over his head. All right, here to here, and now I can grab his wrist. And I hook this in the back of his leg. This is holding his wrist. This one's holding him to me. All right.
One more time.
Not a super high percentage move. Would not say this is my go-to by any means, but I've seen it work plenty of times. All right. Grab my own ankle. Keeping it nice and tight, whizzers tight. All right. Head goes to the mat. Here I circle, and I want this leg up over his back. Grab right behind his thigh here to begin with. If I can't get his wrist here, hop over. Now I can grab his wrist.
So you kind of want to go over and grab the thigh at the same time?
Yeah, really in a match, the guys that I've seen do it will even, they'll just sit right here. All right, they'll try and get this leg up over the top, and as soon as they get that, they won't even grab anything until they hop through. Because it's really a lot of leverage with your foot that you're lifting in there. See if there's anything else here. So I'm trying to turn almost sideways. Oh, it doesn't work too if he's above your knee. I have to have him below my knee for this to work. All right, so I keep him below my knee here. This one goes up over his back of his here. Here, grab his wrist. Got it? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. It's not going to be quite as drastic a move, but this is what it's going to look like when I'm on the mat. Okay? Got it?
You want us to go front headlock with the same setup you just showed?
Yeah, both those setups that we just did. You're doing those every time. I don't want to see someone just start here. All right? Get a good setup. pull him to the mat. We're not even doing go behinds yet. Just get him to the mat. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, from here, I'm gonna try and bring it down. A good guy is probably not gonna go down on that first pull. He's gonna come right back up. All right, so I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. All right, because once I get to the mat, my motion is the same, right? I'm trying to pull him. If he steps back up to his feet, I'm right here, same position. My shoulder's always right in the middle of his back. If I slide down, I don't have any pull on. I gotta be able to move. Here, I stay high. All right, again, elbows in. Almost the most important part of this whole thing. All right, now once we get to the mat, again, like I said, it's gonna be the same exact motion, but I have to get behind him. I'm not gonna get behind him if he has this post up here. If I just try circling, he's gonna use his hand to block my leg. Here, all right? So, what I have to do is get this elbow to the mat. All right, so I'm gonna do that by circling and posting this elbow here. Once I can get this, now he's got nothing to block me, so I can go behind, all right? To get his elbow to the mat, what I'm gonna do is keep the same pull, but at the same time I'm gonna push down hard with this one, all right? So I pull and post his elbow down. Turn it around. This way. So I pull and I post his elbow to the mat right there. Now I'm just pushing on that so he can't move it. All right, he's got a lot of my weight sitting on this elbow. All right, if my elbow is where it's supposed to be and out, I should get an easy go behind here. If your elbow's stuck here, it doesn't matter if this elbow's on the mat. I'm gonna try circling, and I can't get behind me because my arm's stuck. Okay, so you have to keep that elbow short. Here, again, this probably isn't gonna happen on the first try all the time either, all right? So I'm gonna be circling, trying to pull him down. Now I get his elbow touch, I can go behind. I'm not even gonna try and score this front headlock until his elbow hits the mat, because it's just pointless, it's not gonna work. If I'm trying to go here, it's not gonna work. Now I got his elbow posted, I can go behind, all right? So you got to be able to time it so that you're ready to spin as soon as his elbow hits, all right? Because I don't have a whole lot of time, all right? He's going to be coming back up. Now we'll get behind him, all right? So post, get behind. Now I go on the butt. You can go to the ankle, whatever. I always go on the butt and drive through him here. You don't want to try and spin, go up around the waist. Again, an ankle or in his butt, drive through him. Any questions? Starting from our feet. Again, always using our setup. Pull, get him to the mat. Couple pulls, get that elbow to hit, and go behind. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, get him to the mat here. Now, on this one, instead of putting his elbow down and reaching to his butt to go behind, all I'm going to do first is I'm going to slide my knee past. All right, so I get his elbow down, and this knee that's on the mat, I'm going to try and slide past that arm. All right, now he's beat. All right, because I got both my legs past him. Instead of me trying to circle, and him circling with me, I post this down, and I get to here. Now, one thing I can't have is my elbow too deep because he's going to dump me. So I have to just dump me forward. Here, all right? So I have to keep my weight low here, and I got to twist his chin. See how I'm doing that? Twist, twist, twist. Turn this way. This hand pulls his chin up. All right, I'm still trying to keep my elbow next to my side here. Here, now again, ankle and butt, and drive through him. This is also a good one if a guy is just trying to hold on. All right, keep your butt low, get back. All right, here, he just wants to hold on here. So I have him on his elbow, and I get this knee right behind that arm. Here, now I can scoop. I just know that I have him beat as soon as I get this knee behind here. Here, and drive through him.
As long as you don't stop, they can't dump you.
No, they can dump you if your elbow's too deep. You gotta keep your elbow out higher.
So turn his chin, and then as soon as you knee block, grab his ankle.
Yep, that's also gonna help. Really, I'm not gonna get dumped if I keep my weight low. Here. All right, the only time I'm gonna get dumped is if I get up and I'm up here and I'm up over top of them. I never want my chest up over top of them. I was showing a couple guys that earlier. Whenever you were going to the butt or to the ankle, your chest was up on top of them. All right, whenever I go behind, I want to be low as I can. Almost the same height as him. Now my head's gonna pop up and I drive across. All right, so this one, if I do it kind of real speed here, move down, I got my knee right here. Drive through. All right, so you want to beat that elbow with your knee. Got it? 1, 2, 3. The hardest thing to finish when you get a front headlock is getting your elbow out. All right? So we pull a guy down, get him the mat. All right? He grabs my elbow, and a lot of people think, oh, he's got my elbow, I'll just stay here. All right? So I'm not going to try and finish going behind that way. It's just not going to work. All right? I have to get this elbow out first. All right? I mean, you can just yank on it, but a lot of times if this guy's good, he's going to be able to hold it down there. All right? So what I'm going to do to get my elbow out is I'm basically going to switch sides. So I got his chin and his arm on this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my knees. I go to underhook on this side, and then the other hand goes to his chin. All right? So I just completely switch. Here, my knees switch, underhook, chin. Now my other shoulder's in the middle of his back, right? Just switch sides. Now what I'm going to do is pull the same way. I'm going to pull with his chin. I'm going to try and post this elbow on the mat again. And that's how I get my elbow out. All right? He's going to hold tight. All right? Once his elbow hits, all right, there's going to be a split second there where he loses his grip. All right? And that's when I'm going to yank my elbow out. Here. Underhook. Chin, switch. Now, I bounce him. And right when his elbow hits, I know that's when my elbow can come out. And what I'm going to do, I can't pull it out this way. He's going to hold it. I'm going to go up. All right, this elbow goes straight to the ceiling here. Now, I can come back and I'm on front headlock the other side. Both my elbows should be free. All right. Here, switch my underhook, switch my feet, go to his chin. Now I bounce, and my elbow comes up, my front headlock. Or you can switch back to the other side. I kind of like to just stay over here, but I know some people won't be comfortable on this side. All right? Here, I'm trying to bounce, I'm trying to get this elbow out. Switch to the other side. I bounce and pop that elbow. Here, bounce, and again, it's got to come straight up. Clear it completely, and then I'm in my good position. Now, I have to keep this elbow high, because I know he's going to want to grab this elbow, right? So I got to keep that elbow high. Don't let him get it. Bounce him, and get my go behind. Okay? So he's got elbow tight. Switch to this side. All right? I'm going to pull with the chin again. Bounce, and get that elbow here. Once you get good at it, you can start working on this, but I don't really switch my underhook anymore. I'm just going to switch my feet here. And go. Pull it out. Here, so I switch, and it's basically like I'm going the opposite direction, but I don't move my hands. I pull them out, and now I'm right on the same side again. I would work the underhook first, and then once you get good at pulling down there, then you can go from just your straight front headlock. All right?
One more time, please.
Which one? The first one?
Yeah.
All right. Here he's got my elbow. switch to my underhook and go to his chin. Switch sides. I run, might a couple times, and then I bounce and pull his head out. Pull my elbow out.
And you want us to grab chin first before we get the underhook?
No, you'll switch pretty much the same time. Okay. Here to here. I get my underhook first, usually. I'll stay here. I'll even stay over this arm, and I'll switch.
Okay.
Got it? 1, 2, 3. This time, grab this wrist. Pull my arm out. All right. Now this should be simple go behind to this side. I'm holding his wrist here. He's got nothing to stop me from running him down on this side. All right. So I'm in my front headlock. He's holding my elbow tight. So I switch just like we did to my chin and elbow here. Now, all I gotta do is grab his wrist. Right here. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Grab his wrist. All right. I'm probably not gonna try and run behind if he's got this leg posting up here, because as I run, he's gonna circle and stand up or something. Yeah. So here, switch, go to his wrist, pull him down a little bit. Now, get this, simple,
Bam.
run him down. All right. If I have that wrist, he's got nothing to stop me from going behind him on that side. One more time. Here, switch. Should be able to reach this pretty easily. It might be hard to actually peel it off, but I can jerk my elbow out. Now, go to his ankle, his butt, then just spin behind. I'll keep this wrist till I get completely behind him. Now I can let go. Questions on that? That was pretty simple, but it's pretty efficient, effective.
When we grab the wrist and his shoulders like that, and you have his wrist, do you want us to like pull on that first and then go for the leg?
I mean, once I get this wrist, I might try and get his head to the mat a little bit.
Yeah.
But right here, I'm just trying, if I can get a hold of this, that's it. Pretty much over. All right, I'll get my takedown. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Get my elbow out. All right, so I'm gonna try and keep my elbow as high as I can. If he does have my elbow here, it's not gonna work as well, so I really need to fight to get it out. All right, and I keep his chin, and again, this elbow is tight to my side. Now from here, all I'm gonna do, we call this a jab step, all right? So the hand that has his foot is I'm gonna jab step and let his head slide to this side. Now from here, I'm going to his butt, behind his knee, whatever I can grab. And I should have this slight angle right here that I'm to the side of, all right? If I keep his head underneath of me and I try and do this, he stays here, all right? But now when I jab step and I let his head come out, I have this angle. I keep his chin, twist it up a little bit, and now I can get deep around his knee here. I'm gonna run through him, all right? So this jab step, all I'm doing is the hand that has his chin, I'm gonna step here, and at the same time I let his head pop out, all right? Then I go behind his knee. Here, to there.
So like jab stuff you're doing, is that basically the same thing you told us yesterday, like when we're in our stand?
Yep, just in your stance, pretty much. I do the same thing, just here. But now I got his head underneath of me, all right? At the same time, notice I'm kind of pushing this elbow through. I kind of guide it here, step, and I push it through. Now, I got this side of his body open. I'm gonna run him down. I wanna keep my chest lower than his. If I get up high, it's not gonna work, all right? So here, push it out. That's it. Keep driving, keep his chin.
Once you throw him over, you want your hip in.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far away. Or push him too far away from me. Here. I'm going right to his butt. Stay tight. Here. Just keep running him down. All right? Most important part is getting his head out of the way. Here to here. I can't do it if I keep his head underneath of me. Okay? Here. Run him down. Any questions? 1, 2, 3. I can't really take a jab step with my knee on the mat. All right? But at the same time, I'm going to drive off this foot and push him to that side. All right? Now, I already have this angle here. Look how far my foot is behind him. Again, I want to get in his butt here and just start driving. All right? I'm not going to get this if I try and circle on him. All right? Because I don't have enough of an angle. If I would get here and just try and circle, he's going to, yeah. All right? So, here, I want to keep my level low. My chest is low. Here, an ankle might be all right, but I like to stay higher on his leg so I can control more of his body. And now I'm just running. So I can get behind him. Okay? So again, I usually have my knee down, so it's hard to get a jab step in here, but I'm going to drive off this foot. Push him here. Again, keeping the chin tight, kind of twisting it up. It's not going to work if he's holding my elbow tight here. So I have to keep my elbow out. I might pull him a couple times. Here. And go behind. Okay? Questions on that? Pretty much same move. Yep, same thing. We got him to the mat this time. 1, 2, 3. You can pretty much do. Like I said, I'm pretty much basic in all of it. I try not to get too fancy. I can probably show you a couple little things at the end of the session, but for the most part, it's pretty basic. Also, front headlock is a great setup for your shots. All right, the one I do the most, we're gonna snap him down here. All right, and if you're trying to pull him down. We stand back up. All right, all I'm gonna do now is let go of the head, and here's my high crotch. All right. It's gonna work best if I am trying to pull him down. All right, if I'm just standing here, and then I let go of his head, this guy knows something's up. All right, but if I'm working at it, trying to pull him down, now I can get in on my shot. All right. So what it looks like, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this hand here, and the chin releases. At the same time, I'm lowering my level, pulling this over the top to clear that arm. All right, I'm in on my high crotch. There's a couple different finishes. It depends on this guy's reaction, whether I'm gonna maybe get my double leg or if I'm gonna get him up in the air here. All right, a lot of times it's gonna be a scramble because I don't have the angle. If I would take my regular high crotch, I can switch to a double here. But since I'm just lowering my level, I don't really have that angle to drive across. So I gotta go to a couple different things. But regardless, I'm in on his leg. I'm nice and tall, my chest is up, my head's up. Alright? So, here, keeping this tight, trying to snap him down, release the head. Here, pulling this over the top. If I try and shoot through this arm, I'm not gonna get it. Okay? I have to really pull this over the top. We say you put hand in your back pocket. A windmill it. Yeah.
Can you try for a fireman?
You can.
Here?
Yeah, definitely. Here. And you can get that for sure. If you do go fireman's, here I'm just gonna keep it tight. Pull it down to my chest. Alright. To get rid of it, I whip here, put my hand in my back pocket. Now I can go get my lock. Alright? If I can get to my double leg, great. If not, I'm either gonna have to crack him down here or get him up in the air. Okay? So one more time. Snap him down. Trying to pull him down, I can't get him to the mat. So I release. Get my high crotch. Any questions? Alright, 1, 2, 3. I get this a lot from the one we did earlier. I'm holding his wrist and I switch it to this side. Alright? Now instead of me staying with my front headlock to here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off to this leg. I'm going to release his head and go to my double. Alright? So I hold his wrist here, throw it to this side. Now instead of me staying here and going to my front headlock, instead of this hand going to his arm here, it's gonna go straight to his leg. Now if I can, I'll keep his head and run him down, but most of the time he's gonna fight up. I let go of it, now this hand switches to my double. Collar tie, wrist. Here, this hand, I never even really grabbed this elbow right away. I go straight to his leg, all right? Now, depending on how he reacts, one, I can try and run him down with the chin, or if he reacts up, straight to the leg. Okay? One more time. Collar tie and wrist. Here. Throw it to the opposite. One. Here, instead of grabbing his elbow, go right behind his knee. Again, just like on a double leg, I'm not going to get it if I'm too high. So on this one, I go right behind his knee here. He pops his head up. And again, I just go straight to the double. Yeah.
Can you go to a single off it?
Yeah, if I can't reach the double, then I'll stay on my... I'll drop down and just get to the leg.
Do you have to worry about his arm? Like
Not really. If I do it fast enough here, I'll go right through his arm. Does that make more sense when I do it full speed?
Yeah, it did. But I was gonna ask, when you switch heads and you're gonna reach, you like shove that arm and go.
No, I never even touch the arm. Here, I don't touch this arm. I go straight down. Now, look how low I am right now compared to him. Right? That's why I get this. Because I already beat him. And I don't really even try and hold on to this chin that much, because I know he's going to pop up. No one wants to be pulled down in front headlock. All right? So as soon as I get here, I know he wants to get his head up. So I release it right away. And go to my double. Do you have a question?
So it's just like, when you do it, it's just one motion? Like when you get it, you don't stop.
Yeah, it's not even really a front headlock. It's just my setup.
Just pulling them through?
Yeah. One time full speed. Any more questions? Go slow through it first. Try and keep the chin maybe. And then go straight. Once you pull, go to your double. Alright? 1, 2, 3. A few last things out of front headlock. Once I get him to the mat here, alright, you know, I need to set this up to get this elbow to the mat, and sometimes it's difficult. Alright? So say there's short time left and I'm really working here, I can't get it, he's circling up good. One of the things I like to go to is, gotta stay on your knees. Here is I'm gonna try and just put this knee behind him here. Alright? So we did this knee before where we slide. Now it's the outside knee. I'm gonna go here to here. Alright? Now the only thing I have to watch out for here, this guy's gonna hit a Peterson. Alright? So I need to keep my weight low. Here, I switch, and I shut this gap off right here so he can't get his hand inside there. So, if I can, I'm gonna try and put his elbow down and do this. That makes it a lot easier for me. But sometimes, short time left in the match, I gotta get my 2 points. All right, all I'm gonna do is put this knee right behind and turn the same direction as him. I try and keep his chin. I can go thigh pry here, and then as soon as I get behind, this hand's trying to go under his arm. And I can get behind him. So I'm just using this knee to block. Here to here, I pinch. It's gotta stay up. And I have to shut this gap off so he can't beat it. All right? Pull him a little bit and then just getting behind nice and quick. Okay? Notice I'm on my feet right now. If I'm on my knees here, that makes it even easier for him to defend Peterson, whatever he's gonna do. Okay? You have to stay up on your toes. Pull him a little bit to here. Now, like he's doing, he's probably gonna grab my wrist. I have to get inside his arm. Quick. Okay, any questions on that? Outside knee this time. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many of you will get, but I've been working on it. I've been trying to figure it out. Just saw it on a video one day. So we were going like this first. We're doing the jab step and getting to his butt, right? So now this time, instead of me going here, all I'm gonna do is trip with this leg. All right? So I throw his head to the outside, and this leg is gonna come inside and trip. And I had to get my weight forward and get him to go backwards. All right? So here, pull that leg out. All right? It's not gonna work if his head's underneath of me. Here, I have to get his head outside and get my weight going forward. All right? So here, jab step and hook. All right? This move is really good in freestyle because I'll get 3 points right away. You know, I don't have to keep him down. It might be a little harder in folk style just because you gotta control him.
Now, do you just take him straight back, or do you have to kind of spin?
I'm gonna take him straight back. Here, pull him down my front headlock, jab step, take him straight back. Now he's probably gonna belly that way. You know, so I'm gonna keep him on his back here. If he goes the other way, I got my leg in, and I'm on top. All right. One more time. Snap him down here. I go jab step and hook. All right. Now, one thing, it's not going to work if my hips aren't into them. I've shown this a couple guys, even to college guys. All right. And they jab step and they try and hook from out here. All right. My weight's going back that way. All right. He's probably going to double leg me. Okay. So I need to get my weight into him, and my hips have to be on his for this to work. All right, and I'm gonna scoop this leg to here. One more time at full speed. Here. Let's go back. Yep.
You need the outside step?
What's that?
Outside steps?
An outside step? What do you mean? This jab step? Yeah. Step this way first, get his head going out that way, and then I trip. Want to try it?
Can you show him reacting to it?
I mean, I don't know what he's going to do to react.
I mean, he kind of knows it's coming.
Here, as soon as I throw this out, hopefully I'm kicking. I mean, it's going to be a scramble once he goes to the mat, but he's laying on his back. So hopefully I can win that scramble. All right. Try it a couple times. 1, 2, 3.
For 20 years, it still hasn't taken me down yet, so that part. A little bit of that story is wrong, but otherwise. But pleasure working with you. It's always fun coming down the floor and working with you guys. You guys work very hard, and it's a privilege being down here. But watching some things on live, I did see some guys doing some great things. A couple things I can tell you just from that part that I saw when wrestling live is just coming out of position sometimes after your shots, and just you make a shot and then you come back up and then you just start to get ready and that guy's back in on you. So wrestling through. The big guys, I saw you guys wrestling through some things really good today. Scrambles, good scrambles. But biggest thing is getting to the point where you can take shots. Lower levels, you can just shoot right in on a double leg, you can get to things. And how I got started on working on the Russian tie a lot was because I did a lot of single legs. I loved single legs, shot a lot of single legs, but as you get upper level, guys start scouting you, knowing what you're going to do, and then they are prepared for your single legs. So they're sprawled and things like that. So that's how I got into Russian ties and just practice a little bit on my own, just working those kind of things. So me and my coach would just come in and we'd just come in here and I'd just do this maybe 100 times a day, just in here, just getting in, so you're in good position and things like that. So no matter what you do, and I think everybody needs, if you have 2 good basic things you can do on your feet, 2 good things you can do on bottom, 2 good things on top, then you're going to make a great wrestler, if you can do those things well. Okay, you got to be able to do those things well. You got to know that no matter who you're wrestling, that'll work on them. Okay, and it works on guys in your room, then you get out of the guys in your room because they know it's coming. If you can do it there at that level, then you're going to keep getting better. So first thing all we're going to do is getting into Russian ties, okay? Into Russian ties. And there's two ways that I do it. One's off the collar tie, which we're going to do first of all, okay? Just tying here, and we're just taking here. Now let's go this way. So the grip is, you can go either way on your grip. This way or this way. Okay, or exactly whichever way it's comfortable. This way you don't have to switch it all in here. Okay? Now, if I go here, I take this, I can switch this way too. We call this like a baseball grip this way, okay? And the way I go this way is you have a little bit more pull down off of here. You can pull a little bit, sometimes harder than this way, and just holding it that way. It's just preference, however you feel. So either one of this. So all we're going to do is go out. We're just going to collar tie, taking this off. Now here's the biggest mistake, and I saw somebody I watched a couple guys had Russians today, but this guy's head's here. How many of this times does it happen to you? Okay, this happens to you all the time. There's not much you can do out of this, okay? So you got to make sure when I take this off, this slides to here. Okay, so that's the most important part. Here, slide into here. And your head position's in here and I control. This is the hand that matters the most. This hand down here does just guide. This is with all my weight, and I want his weight on the heels. Or I mean on his toes, this way. So, just here, head position in here. Got that? That's all we're going to do right now. This guy's going to come up, hit tie, and we're going to take the Russian across. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The grip, okay? And for me, you can tell a guy when you get somebody's grip, you can't just get loose of them. I always have pretty good grip, so I would feed my wrist to him. I'm out here, I want him to take a risk, okay? So I'm going to give him that wrist. So if I was going, and I like Russian that side, so I give him this wrist to switch off. So I want to come here, here to switch off to go right to your Russian. So you're feeding wrists a lot of times. You're always in down blocking anyway. Down block heavy, this guy takes the wrist, okay? That's what you want here. I'm going to switch here, hands, rotate the thumb towards his thumb. So I can't just pull my wrist out. I'm just taking wrist, rotate. As I come here, my head leads with my head. Just same like you're going here, you're going to lead with your head. Here, lead with your head to here, and that's where my weight's coming, okay? So now you can switch, if I go here, it's just the opposite. I'm going Russian this way. You're going to lead the wrist. I want to go opposite side. I want to lead here. I want to come here, rotate, head position, hand. Now I can even adjust my hand. My hand's not good now. So this is where this part really helps me. I want to get this hand as high as I can. Up in here, his armpit. Now I've got all his weight where I want it. Okay? Just work it from the wrist high. 1, 2, 3. Here comes the hard part because this guy is squaring up with us. Alright? So he's still squaring. I can't get him to where I put. Okay? In this move, you want your feet. If you can get your feet this way, then you got your battle. Half your battle is won from here. Okay? So my feet never want to be straight on with him. Okay? In my Russian tie, you're always trying to get to this position. Okay? With your setups, no matter what's happening, that's what you're going to be trying to do. Okay? On this one here. So right now, this time, I'm going to come in. I'm going to take collar tie here. I want my weight. Now I'm back stepping like I said, and I want to try to get my feet back to here. Okay? You want all your weight here. And this guy, keep trying to square up. Try to square up with it. Keep trying to square. Keep trying to stay here. Block with your head. That's what helps keep him from squaring up. Alright? So we're going to go from here to this point to get to my feet. My feet are working back here. And as low as I can. I got all his weight carrying me. Okay? It's like if I would let go of his arm, I should fall. Okay? If I'm here, I'm making him carry all my weight. Right in here. This hand's just my guide hand. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Stay in here. You want to switch off as quick as you can when you're doing your hand. And I'm switching this part. I want to get to this part. Okay? So the first one, we're going to go with this one. Okay? I'm down here and I'm heavy this way. Okay? When I'm always here, the easiest one to do is just lower your level. I want to try to get this step. This foot's always coming back. This is just like your pivot. So if I'm just here by myself, I'm just here, 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 here. This foot's pretty much staying the same. Okay? You're heavy on that middle foot. This foot here is coming here. I'm heavy. Now this is my pivot foot. I want to just keep coming here. Okay? I'm looking for this foot to step. Okay? So I'm looking for this foot to replace. Okay? So everything's here and I have to be heavy. Like I said, this is just this guide hand. I'm just here, I'm looking the back, I'm watching this foot, it's coming back, and I'm just taking it to my ankle. Okay? You don't let any pressure off of this hand here. This has to stay here, it has to be heavy. As I come here, I know, and I'm going before that plants. Okay, so when that foot's coming in the air, I'm coming, all right? So when you pull, you have to feel, and it becomes timing, you're gonna get better at it the more you do it. Because when I'm pulling, I know he has to plant right to here. So if I was doing it, it would just be like that, because you know where the foot's gonna be. And drop.
Yeah. Do you like throw the hand or like the arm?
This arm?
Yeah.
Take my shoulder.
I'm going to take my shoulder right to this foot. When I come, this is going to go here. I want this shoulder to go to his ankle. And then I'm going to elevate this up. Here and tight, I'm back step here.
So you're pushing him?
I am pushing. Once I block, I'm shouldering.
Not really any use to hold the arm once you get to the mat.
Once I get here, I don't need the arm anymore. Here, whenever this foot steps, okay, I'm here, this point, now this arm is just going to hit from here. Down. Here, shove it forward. Shove it forward. Yep.
Matt, did you keep your hand down his wrist?
Yeah, until you get to the ankle.
Till you get to, yep, in here. So I get to the ankle. Last time, full speed like, I'd be just here. And follow. Got it? 1, 2, 3. If I get good pressure, this is where your wrist is going to come in a little bit more. If I have wrist hard in here, now I got good pressure and I have him forward, I'm going to just take my snag single. This is where I would just get into my single, how I would go from there. So I'm just here and I got good pressure forward here, I got his wrist here, and I'm just coming right up in to my single. Okay? So the hand that's here, I got good pressure, I got his head feet on this side. Here, now this is the hand I have to replace here just to hold so my hand's coming here. So I'm just hand hard. I'm hard down here with my hand. This way, this hand's releasing. Okay? If I can, I want to try to keep that wrist as long as I can. And I want my head coming right up into his chest. So then I step off.
So instead of back stepping, you pull.
This time you're going to just keep his weight forward here. Okay?
The further that you step this foot behind my leg, the easier it's going to get.
This time I want to come this way a little bit. I don't want to step this way as much. Now I'm going to step this way. Right, with this foot. Okay, I'm here, down pressure, and I'm just coming here. I want to keep this wrist closed here, so that when I make this exchange, it's going to be quick. And you know you're not going to have a lot of time. This guy, when you get this pressure, he's going to be squared up as hard as he can. I'm just coming down, take this here, right up there. Step off. Big thing, and you guys know that, should be at this level, is that head's bowling. I'm taking that right up into his chest. Okay. Off. Here. Get down low. Get down here. Down here. Okay? Don't stay up in here where that wizard's going to fight him. I'm going to come here. I'm going to get him down here. Get him moving.
So you're basically just going straight up.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going here. My head's going up. Slow motion. Here. If I can get to here, it's good.
Then readjust.
Yeah. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Here, okay? And then basically, like we said, we want to be here, head up, and get to here. And then we're going to do some step-off finishes and stuff tomorrow with our ankles, okay? So we'll do that part of it, okay? Next on the Russian end, I just come in here, head tie off on here. This time I'm just trying to still stay here, okay? I'm going to step with him here. Hopefully he's going to back step to try to square up a little bit, okay? I'm going to step. He's going to square up. And now this time everything, this is where the wrist, you have to have a little more control with the wrist and everything because you're going to need all the pull you can. I'm still inside, and now I'm just taking everything forward I want to keep weight on this hand as long as I can. Coming back here, and then I want to get inside. Just here. Okay, I'm going to step here, maybe relax a little bit, but not now forward, and everything's going to the mat. Pull with both arms and your wrist. So I'm here, taking off, whenever it is. I might get him to react. Thinks I'm coming towards just single leg. Here, that, here. Hand. If I can here, this hand's going to stay heavy. Coming back. Keep here. Make sure you get back under. Okay. It's not a bad thing even, I think, just to hit low. So I go from here, step forward, staying low, driving across that part. Especially got a good guy that's got good hips, get him outside. Any question on that? Slow motion pull down. Wrist, step, everything's coming forward, heavy, replace. Back here.
It's easier for your wrist when you're holding his wrist. You got that or baseball?
Underneath.
Under this way is easier. You're say, like you're shoveling. Okay, just like you're going to be shoveling something. So it's that same motion here. Here. So I'm just going to shovel. Shovel. This way. Back under.
Sometimes too, guys, I don't know if you want to do this or not, but sometimes, especially when you're pulling them down like this, I like to try and bend his arm, because a lot of guys don't want their arm straight anyway. If he keeps his arm straight, it's actually easier to do, but a lot of them will bend it, and I'll grab my own wrist here. All right, now I have even more power to pull him down. All right, so if he bends his arm, I'll grab my own wrist, and this gives me a little more power. And now I can pull him. All right, that's another thing you can go to. Same motion, same everything, except just grab your wrist. All right?
Well, he stands up, like, starts getting long, you just keep snapping down.
I wouldn't do this.
On
if
that,
he
then I would
stands
go to
up.
my single.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you have that, it's right here. Okay? If you're trying to pull here, oh, here's your snap. He opens himself up. Okay? That's why the pressure forward starts everything. Pressure forward starts everything. Okay? You have all this weight. You get to here and you have this and you're standing up here. I'm not going to be able to get to this. I'm not going to be able to get to this. I'm not going to be here. But now I start adding pressure to it. Okay? He has to react. Okay? He stands up, like we said here. He tries to keep all his weight forward. Like here, he's trying to. Okay? 1, 2, 3. This guy has head position, and I see a lot of guys here. Now you just give up on it a lot of times. You don't have to give up, okay, when you're in this position here. I'm still high on here, okay? And then you just go on what's called a shoulder shrug, okay? When I do this, I'm taking my head and everything's going this way and then trying to come back in, okay? So I'm just here, shrug, and getting my head back inside. So he's buried his head pretty tight. He's got me here. I'm trying to get to this position. I can't do anything. Everything still is basically about the same motion we just did here. I'm going forward and then bury my head. So in slow motion, I'm coming here as quick as I can. I'm coming to my head inside here. Okay? No matter what, you can't do anything really off of Russian, this head position. We'll show you one thing that you probably do from here. But here, shoulder shrug, and then getting your head inside here. Okay, so all I want this guy to do is you have to give him a little reaction. He has to get his head inside quick if you can. Okay? Fight him a little bit, shoulder shrug, head inside. Head inside. Okay? Work at that a little bit, this shoulder shrug. 1, 2, 3.
His wrist is going to replace the top hand. All right? Now I'm holding up high here. I can't take this hand around his back until I move that hand up. All right? So I'm going to replace my top hand here, and now this hand can go back around his waist. All right? First one we're going to do is just a simple shrug again. So I move up here and pull him down. All right? Now I'm behind him. Now, until I get my takedown, I can lock my hands. All right? Sometimes I won't get a takedown here yet. Lock my hands, take him down to the mat. Same thing. Sometimes I won't even get to shrug him all the way down. So I climb up here, and now from here, I can lock my hands. All right? And it's simpler, easier to take them down to the mat with my hands locked. All right?
It looks like you don't have much, guys, but you're climbed up under there. You're gonna feel awkward. Okay?
All right, so I gotta have my good shoulder pressure. I replace my hand. I go over top of it here so that I know I have control, and then I slide my other hand out. All right, instead of just coming up right here, right above his elbow, that's not quite high enough. I'm gonna go up here, pull the other hand out. Then I come up around his lat or down around his waist. Yeah.
And do you still, like when you switching arms or hands, you still gonna have head position, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right here. I always have head position. Here, climb up. Now this hand goes. I can even, like, I'm probably not going to get this right away, but I can hold this here for a couple seconds anyway. This is pretty tight right here, as long as I have head position and shoulder pressure. Now I can go around his waist, up around his lat. Same thing we just did. Pull him down.
This you might want to step a little bit on the left foot, step in, pull.
I step my left foot right in front of his here. So I step right in front of his feet, and then I pull him forward. All right? And then again, if he stays up high, if I get here and he stays up high, I can even lock my hands right here. Sometimes you'll get a guy that's trying to squirm away, I'll get my hands locked up around his neck here. And again, I'm just gonna shrug him forward so I can get him to the mat. Any questions on that? Replace his top hand. Cross over yours, then pull that one out.
When do you want to circle? Like trying to pull?
You know, I'm not really circling that much. More so just staying in the same position.
Yeah, but this is more just climbing. You feel yourself up and tight, okay? It's not so much circling.
Here. Just stay nice and high. It's not even, I don't have to do this super fast. As long as I have good shoulder pressure, I can work this hand in here, get it nice and tight. And now once I'm here, it's just whatever I gotta do to get him down. Okay? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. All right, same thing. I'm gonna climb up his arm. And once I get here, for some reason, I don't even know why people do it, but it seems like a good idea for him to go over the top of my head and try and like front headlock me. Here. All right? I still have this arm nice and tight with my top hand. All right, so all I'm gonna do now, this hand's gonna go up around his back lat. All right? Now, this isn't like a huge throw, all right? But I'm gonna step my feet in, and I wanna be facing the opposite direction to him. I'm not sideways like this. I wanna be facing the same way. I pop my hips in, all right? And now I'm gonna go back over that way. Here, pop my hips in. Go back.
Sit back.
All right, so same thing. Climb up his arm, and it's got to be nice and tight here. All right. Now this partner goes up over my head, and it's super tight on his arm right here. All right. Reach up around his back lat, and I step my feet in. And I pop my hips in. It's not going to be as effective if I try to sit to my butt. All right. I don't want to touch my butt at all. The only thing I touch is my left shoulder. All right. Here. Here. All right. Again, this won't work unless he goes up over top my head here. All right. He's over my head. Reach around his back lat. Here, I step in. Bro, it's a good idea to hold on to him. I let go there.
How many points is that? Is that 2?
Take down and hopefully you hold him on his back.
When you have the 2-on-1 and he gets you on that front headlock, you want to like kind of drive.
No, I don't have to do anything in there. I'll keep my head down. Here. I don't need to come up or anything. It's actually, it baits him even more if I just hang, because he thinks he's comfortable. All right. Here, up. I'm gonna end up right here. Most likely he's gonna keep trying to roll through.
Yeah, try to keep heavy a lot of times if you can when you hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and suck him back to his back there.
With that elbow.
Eventually, the belly out. Got it? Try it. Is that? One more time. All right. Here. Gotta climb up his arm. Comes up over my head. Back lat. Pop my feet in. Try and hold them here. And then come up on top. All right, one. And we get them up here. Now I know a lot of guys I saw, not so much this morning, but yesterday and the day before we had a lot of trouble here. All right, so we're gonna work on some finishes, how to get the leg up, and just some finishes from here. First thing we're gonna do from here is just our positioning. All right, so I shoot in, I come up, most likely I'm gonna have his leg in between mine. If he lets me get his leg out here right away, then I'm probably gonna take him down anyway. All right, so up, I have his leg pinched in between mine. All right, if I have my leg wide, it's much easier for him. Have his leg pinched with my legs, and look at my head position, right up in his chest. If my head's down, I can almost guarantee he's gonna sprawl, and my head's gonna be on the mat soon. All right, so first thing we're doing is just our position. I'm pinching his leg, and I'm gonna move him here. All right, here. My grip is nice and tight, and again, like I said the other day, my back hand is always on top. All right, if my front hand's on top, he's gonna grab my wrist, yank my hands apart. If my back hand's on top, if he grabs my wrist, it just makes my grip tighter. Okay, so I'm pinching his leg, my head's in his chest. Here, and I'm moving him. Here. Same thing like when we were doing our front headlock. I said like dinosaur arms. All right. When I have this lock, I'm pulling my elbows in so that this hole in between my arms is as small as possible. If I keep this leg here, it's not tight. If I keep my elbows in, it makes it a lot tighter. All right. So first thing, just going, moving your partner around. Here. Okay. A lot of times that's the most important part of this. If we get our single leg up in the air and we let this guy just stand here, he's probably going to defend it. But if we're constantly moving him, we're not giving him a chance to defend. Okay? Get out there, good position. Nice short elbows. Keep your hands locked. Back hand on top all the time. All right? 1, 2, 3. One rule is defensively. Guys, got your leg up right here. What's your number one rule?
Wait.
Huh?
Weight on leg.
Wizard.
Close. You're not going to get set backwards, right? Always keep your weight forward. If anything, he wants to go forward. All right, if I sit him to his butt, it's probably going to be a takedown for me. All right, so I'm going to show you this. Run the pipe. You guys probably have seen it before, but more likely than not, I'm probably going to just use this for a setup. All right, because a good guy is going to have his weight forward. I'm not going to be able to actually just sit him to his butt here, but it's going to be a good setup for him. So when I run the pipe, what I'm going to do, this foot is pretty much going to stay in the same spot, and I'm just going to pivot this foot back around. The biggest mistake guys make is that their head comes with them, and their head goes outside. All right, my head has to stay in his chest the whole time. That's what I get this pressure here to get him backwards. All right, so this foot, front foot's going to stay, my back foot pivots, and I sit him down. All right. Also, my hands here are tight, and then when I pivot, they go to the mat. All right, and I'm pulling his leg down with me. Here, this foot pretty much stays still. My head's in his chest, back step, and I sit him down. All right. Again, my head does a lot of the work, keeping it right in his chest. Back step, and I pull my hands to the mat. All right. When I do this, see how I'm staying on my feet? All right. If I fall with him, there's gonna be a scramble here. All right. So this is probably what it's gonna look like come a match. If I get this here, I'm gonna set him. All right. Now he's gonna fall. All right. But I want to stay on my feet. Now I can cover him. All right. I make him sit on his butt before I cover him. Okay. I want to make sure he hits before me. Any questions on that one? All right, so it's just a big step, nice and tight. Back step, my hands come back. Run the pipe. 1, 2, 3. In the center. Some guys are pretty good at switching to the outside. Oh, the bar cigar, they switch it to a double. I'm not good at it, so I'm not even gonna try it. All right, so I use this, like I said, a lot of guys, if you're wrestling someone good, he's probably got pretty good balance in here. So when I try and sit him, he knows that's coming. All right, but I'm gonna use that as my setup. Here, make him move backwards. Now I'm ready to get his foot up. All right, now when I get his foot up, see how my feet are facing over here with Jalen? All right, I want my feet to face this way. All right, when I pull his leg up. So I turn my feet the same direction that his are facing. Now I can almost let go of his leg and I have it pinched in between my thigh and my chest here. All right, I'm lowering my level, my knees are bent, and I'm pinching it there. If I stay up high, that doesn't happen. All right, he's gonna get his leg down. And I do this because, go ahead, grab my wrist. If he's holding my wrist and I try and reach down to grab his foot, I don't have any lock on his leg, so it gets his leg back. All right, so now, if I have it pinched, even if he's got my wrist, I'm kind of holding it here, pinched. All right? Now I'm not gonna just unlock my hands and try and sit there for 5 or 6 seconds without my hands locked. All right, I have to make a quick transition. All right, but I'm gonna turn my feet the same direction as his. At the same time, hand comes down to his heel, here and up. It should almost slide out. I don't really have to step off because the way my feet are standing here, and pull it out. I just kind of twist my knee and let his foot slip out there. Here, and it comes right into my grip. Lift it up. Once I get it up, I have it right in the crook of my elbow here. All right, and I'm trying to squeeze this as tight as I can. All right, if you have any gap here, it's probably gonna turn away, kick out. All right, so this has to be tight. You can lock your hands here, squeeze. All right, get as tight as you can. How's that leg feeling? You go to the side. Here. All right, turn my feet the same direction as his, and I squat. All right. Now, this hand's gonna stay on the knee. Stays on the knee, this one comes to his ankle, or his heel, sorry. Let that foot pop out here. Lift it up right away. All right? Now again, I gotta keep this tight. If I waste any time from here to here and this isn't loose, he's kicking out. All right? Move him a little bit, like I said. You can set him up by trying to sit him back. Turn my feet the same direction, squat, and go to his ankle. From here, put it right in your elbow, lift that up. Okay? Any questions?
Are we finishing?
Not yet. Just get it up in the air. Get nice and tight, move him around a little bit. No. All right, 1, 2, 3. But when I was maybe 7th or 8th grade, I went to a camp, and Nate Carr was coaching there. Nate Carr was a couple-time NCAA champ. He was Olympian. Really, really good, very technical. And so we thought we were going to learn all this crazy technique. Thought it was going to be an awesome day, learn some cool throws, whatever. Our camp was from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, just like today is. We warmed up, and then from about 9:30 until 1 o'clock, this is what we did. He said, all right, go out, hit it 500 times. Go. And we all looked at him like, are you kidding? And he would come and he'd be like, nope, that one didn't count. That didn't count. Start over. Start over. And that's all we did for about 4.5 hours. So I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at it now, but that's what it takes. It's going to take repetition, repetition, repetition to be able to get all the fine details of these moves. So, again, when you're in here, it's very important that I'm pinching his leg. I saw some people that their head was maybe out here a little bit. I'm probably not going to get it because as soon as I go to step off, he's going to put his foot down. All right? Also, if he's holding my wrist, it makes it more difficult. So you got to be able to work your hand down to get this out. So it's going to take a lot of practice to be able to perfect this. All right? So again, I turn my feet the same direction. I squat so that I'm holding it. I don't really even need my hands locked here. But this hand stays on the knee, goes to his heel, twist my knee out, just bring it up, all right? Now, once I'm here, we got a couple different finishes, all right? First finish we're gonna do, real simple. We're gonna just cup the back of his neck, and this one's gonna go right behind his heel. All right, this isn't a big soccer kick. I'm not trying to trip his leg out. All right, cup the back of his neck, and I'm just gonna tap his heel just like that. This club right here, or collar tie, I'm just gonna pull his head to me and pull him backwards. Here, and he falls. All right, again, I let him fall before me. Now I can cover him to get my takedown. I don't want to create a scramble there. All right? Get his leg up, cup the back of his head. I'm going to pull it towards me and twist him down. This one just steps behind his foot so that he can't move it. All right, here. Now I can cover it. All right? This is most likely where we're going to end up because I still have this nice little grip on his heel here. I don't let go of this. All right, now I'm on top. Got my takedown. All right. Here, twist my feet, step off. Get this tight, cup the back of his neck, just a little tap. Right here, cover him, get my takedown. Any questions?
How come if they hop over the leg that you're gonna hit them with?
He shouldn't really be able to hop too much here, just because I'm pulling this into me. He can hop a little bit, but he's not going to be jumping too much. If I don't grab his head, then yeah, he might be jumping. But here it's harder for him. Okay?
Do you pull his head straight towards us or like that angle?
I'm going to pull it towards me and then twist him backwards. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3. This time we get his leg up. Now, we can't really get a hold of his head. He might squirm his head out or whatever. But now I'm going to go forward. All right. The one thing I never do now is I never take this leg and try to take him forward this way. Because this is what happens. He grabs my leg. We're going to go to the mat here. And now we're in this scramble. All right. I just have my good single leg all the way up in the air. And now it's kind of 50-50. All right. So the way I always trip now is I trip with my front foot. This will be my back foot. I trip with my front foot. All right. This is just going to be a club in the back of the head, club, and all I'm going to do is try and put my foot right where his shoelaces are. Again, it's not a big soccer kick. I'm just trying to stop his foot from moving forward. Because when I club him, he hops. All right. But now, if I club him and I stop his foot, he can't hop. Again, I got his ankle tight. Now I can cover it. You can get my points. Yes?
Can't they just do the sit-out?
I hope not. We're not going to go over that yet. All right? But now, if someone tries to do this to you, then you can do that. All right? All right. So, club in the back of the head. It's almost at the same time, but I'm probably going to club just a split second before my foot gets there. All right? Club, foot. All right? So, it's probably going to, I mean, sure, we're in practice, but in a match, this isn't going to be real nice. So I'm going to hit him pretty hard here. Here to here. Now, he might do that. He might come right back up. But I got to be ready. Here. I'm going to chase down that double leg. All right? So sometimes he's going to fall straight forward. And I'll get that. And I'll get my takedown right here. Still holding his ankle. If I do it and he stays on his hands, here, again, I'm not going to come up around his waist, because what's he going to do?
Sit out.
He's going to sit out, right. So I chase his knee here to my double leg. I stay low. Okay. Any questions on that one? Do it one more time. Here. Pull off. Keep this tight. Club. And right into his shoelaces. Here. All right? It's gonna feel a little awkward at first to be tripping with your front foot, but once you get your balance down, it's a lot easier. All right?
When you club, do you like just do like a club, or do you want to like guide his head to the mat?
No, I'm just one club, one hit. All right, 1, 2, 3. Right now.
Lean forward.
Keep distance, right? He wants to be as far away from me as he can. So sometimes he's gonna have his hands posted on me, and none of this stuff's gonna work. I can't even reach his head right now. All right, let alone club it and try and get here. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna throw an uppercut right underneath his knee. All right, and I want to throw this a big punch. I should be able to lift his other foot off the mat with this punch. Here to here. All right, now at the same time, this one's gonna come behind him, and I'm almost gonna knee him right up underneath the butt. Here, and this foot's gonna kick him out. All right, so a big uppercut here to here. All right, and then I swing my leg almost like I'm kneeing him in the butt. Here to here. All right, again, keeping this nice and tight. If I don't have this locked, I don't keep his leg and he might squirm out. All right, but this is really good if you're wrestling someone taller than you. All right, I can't get any distance because obviously I don't want to, it's hard to finish right here. So I want to get his leg up in the air. I don't really ever try and get his leg up top here just because I don't really have much of a grip and he might kick out. All right, so I always keep this nice and tight. All right, here, I know he's keeping distance. I can't get close enough to club him or anything like that. So I throw this big uppercut right underneath and kick his leg out. All right. Again, it's not a huge soccer kick. More than anything, it's just a knee right in his butt. All right, here, uppercut. Any questions on that? No? All right, 1, 2, 3. I know we showed defense here. We showed that tilt. We're down on the mat, single leg, and this guy grabs his own ankle here. All right. I showed that little tilt out here, but most of all, this guy is probably just trying to get a stalemate in this position. All right. Offensive guys, I see the mistake all the time. I know some guys do finish it by coming to the inside here, but I feel like this just makes it tighter on me. All right. My arm is super tight in here. All right. And just coming behind makes it even tighter. All right. Now, sometimes you are going to be able to lift this foot up and yank your arm out. But for me, the simplest finish is always going to be to bring it up in the air. All right, so I stay here, post this hand, and I'm going to stick my back knee right underneath his ankle. All right, here, and all I have to do is slide his leg up on my hip here. So I just use this as kind of like a ramp here and slide it right up my leg. All right. Now I'm going to try and step my back foot up, because if I step my front foot up, I'm getting ankle picked. All right. So from this position, I always want to step my back foot up first. And sometimes, even if I do that, this guy's going to try and look for an ankle pick. All right. But if I keep it back far enough, he's not going to be able to. So here, stick this right underneath his ankle, and shelf it right to my hip. All right. Step my back foot up. Now, I'll just bring it up in the air. Now, once I'm in this position, he's probably going to let go of his ankle. I would anyway. All right. And I think this is one of the easiest finishes in a single leg. All right. I have my lock here. I want to be right at his knee. I'm not out at his ankle. So I don't have to worry about this distance here because I'm already locked up at his knee. All right. From here, I can whip him down. If that didn't sound good. All right. I can whip him down. Sometimes a guy might just go down and I can take and get that double leg. Most good guys, when I whip him here, he's going to come back up. As soon as he comes back up, I use that momentum. I'm going to club him right across the head here. And again, not a big kick. Just posting my leg there, take him backwards. All right, keeping this nice and tight until I can cover. So from the mat, getting in on my single leg. Most of the time I'm gonna be below his ankle. If you're up here, I like to be below his knee here, so I don't really need my hands locked. Post this hand out, slide my knee right underneath his ankle here, and I slide it right up to my hip. Here, my back foot steps up, not my front one. My back foot, and now I'm just gonna come all the way up. I lock my hands, keep it nice and tight. Here, I mean, there's not much he can do here. He's gonna try and whizzer me or stay close, whatever. But I'm in pretty good control here, up at his knee. All right, I'm gonna, again, turn my feet almost facing the same direction as him, and I give him a whip. Just lean forward. As he comes up, this hand, just gonna club him right across the neck, and this one trips. Here, whip, take him down. He's gonna belly through. I still have his ankle. All right. That finish should be pretty simple. Hardest part is getting it up from here to here. All right. So you don't want to. Sometimes I do kind of set it up or bait the guy. Come back here. He might think I'm going to try and finish like that, so he's just trying to hold on. All right. He's not really doing much. All right. Just trying to hold on, wait for that stalemate. So I come behind, bait him here, and then pick it up. All right. My back foot steps up. Make sure I'm at the knee, flip them forward, and go back. Yeah.
When you post a knee and like slide it up and step up, do you have to do it all separate, or can you like slide it and step up at the same time?
It's gonna be at the same time once you get it down. Yep. Okay. More questions? All right, 1, 2, 3. Necessarily gonna come whenever he's got his ankle locked here. But sometimes as I'm spinning the corner here, this guy's gonna hop back over. Yeah, you can sit back over the top. All right, so if he does that, I'm just ready with this elbow in as he sits. Keep going, keep going. And now I go to my double leg.
Yeah.
Here. So I keep it to my side, and as soon as I feel that leg come up over the top, I wrap and spin. All right. So here I'm low, this guy tries to sit up over the top, and I keep this elbow in. All right? Sometimes if I get here, now this is what he wants. We're gonna sit and my arm's top. All right, I can't do much from here. This is an advantage for him. All right? So as I feel him sit over, this elbow comes in. Now, my head can either pop out this side, or once we go double leg, it pops out the opposite side. One more time. Here, I'm in on the leg. I'm trying to, so this is gonna come. Here, I shoot my single leg. I'm almost getting the corner, and this guy knows he's beat right here, so he sits back right here. Now I keep this elbow in, go to my double leg, and go behind. All right? You just gotta be ready. I mean, this guy knows he's getting taken down, so he's gonna try anything he can do to, you know, make that scramble go an extra 10 seconds and maybe get out. So you just gotta be ready for that. Keep your elbow in, don't get it extended, all right?
What if you start to go over like we did that one the other day?
The tilt thing, that's a tough one.
That move we do every day.
If this guy goes to do that, so you know that tilt. So who can do it?
I can. I did it on you.
So if I'm in here, I don't really know a great one, but I'm not gonna let this guy get that wrist, that's for sure. If anything, I'm gonna try and get this hip through. Because I know, what did I say? That this only really works if his leg's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
I said just a minute ago, I don't wanna be in here. I wanna be outside. This is where I'm gonna finish my shot. But if I get caught in here, he starts to sit up over the top, I'm gonna try and sit this leg through and not get that leg out of the middle of mine. All right? I mean, I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff. People say if you do a forward roll, you get out of there. I don't know. People have tried all kinds of different defenses, but I haven't really found anything that works except for stay outside of that leg, and if he does start to go over the top here, then I sit and again, keep that leg outside. Just don't, because once he gets that leg up over the top here, I'm kind of done for. All right? I mean, I can fight as long as I can right here, but eventually, I think I'm going to go over. All right? So stay outside of that leg. Back to the last one we just did. It pops over here. Keep that elbow in. Go to my double leg. All right? You can work both of those. 1, 2, 3. I tend to win a lot just because I put myself here probably more often than I should. But my normal high crotch is to this side, all right? And I like to switch to a double. But with guys, most guys are right leg lead, so I get this shot right here. But the angle that I get, I don't get it enough that I can switch to a double leg, all right? So I go to crackdown a lot. All right, stand up. First, this guy is probably going to try and sprawl for his first thing, all right? So I need to keep getting my head up, all right? Maybe I can switch to a double, but probably not, all right? So a lot of the times, I'm going to have to force the crackdown, all right? For me to force crackdown, what I'm going to do, for one, this leg is going to move. It's going to swing backwards. And then my hand, all right? The hand that is on the inside of his leg is going to snake down around to the bottom here. All right, so my hands are locked, and then I snake this hand down around his ankle. At the same time, this leg is whipping back, and I'm going to pull him to here. All right, notice where I ended up. My shoulder's in his hip. All right, I want to keep constant pressure into him. I'm driving off my toes. All right, I don't like to be down here. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But whenever you hit, your shoulder should be right in his hip. All right? So we go back up. I shoot my high crotch here, and I can't quite finish the double. He might be blocking this arm that stops me, or what? But, so from here, I'm going to swing this arm, or this leg, and I snake my arm down around his leg here. And I just pull him down. Now my hands are still locked, and my shoulder's right in his hip. I can unlock my hands eventually once I hit the ground, and I can use this as a post. All right, most of the time you're gonna end up outside of his legs. If you end up inside, it's not bad. We're gonna show you finishes from both, all right? But most of the time, this guy doesn't want you inside his legs, so I'm gonna be out here. My hip needs to be down. If my hip gets up, this guy's gonna roll me through. Crotch lock, yeah, be in trouble. All right, so once we hit, here, my hips go down, all right? I like to almost sit on this hip, but I'm driving, so my butt's not actually touching. All right, so I never relax here. I want to keep pressure into him, right here. My shoulder's in his hip, and I'm actually pushing him backwards, keeping him in a little bit of danger. All right, if my shoulder's too low, and he's leaning forward, he feels comfortable right now. He's leaning over top of me, and he almost feels like he's gonna scoop behind me, all right? But if I keep this shoulder into him here and I'm driving, all right, I keep him in a little bit of danger, and it makes him, panic just a little bit, all right? The first thing I'm doing, shoot my high crotch. Partner's gonna block our elbow. We're not gonna be able to finish that double leg, all right? Inside hand snakes to the ankle, and our back foot swings. We can pull him down. Here. Post our hand, shoulder in the hip. Butt's down, and I'm driving on my toes. Okay? Questions?
Show the hand position on the leg.
When we're standing up, or on the mat. Stand up. So I'm going to start, my hands locked. Doesn't really matter how you lock your hands when you shoot a high crotch. But here, inside hand goes down around, and I like to grab on top of my forearm here. Here, swing. Cut. All right, 1, 2, 3. Do a high crotch, boom, swing him down. All right?
Stand up.
Now, I'm outside of his legs. This is where he probably wants me, all right? So, my first finish, I think this is the easiest one. I'm just gonna try and get inside of both his legs. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my right leg here. This should be the normal side for most of you to shoot high crotch. Here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop to here, all right? I'm outside of his leg. He might have his leg bent. I'm gonna scoop inside to here. Now I got both legs inside of his. My left hand reaches down. I want to grab right at his toe. Here, and I just elevate and shelf it up on his knee. All right? That doesn't feel too good, right? Yeah. There's a lot of pressure. He's leaning backwards. So I'm outside his legs, scoop inside, go to his toe. All right? My shoulder's still right in his hip, and I just lift it, elevate, shelf it up on this foot. Now from here, I'm just going to keep leaning him back, and this hand wraps tight. See how this elbow wraps deep here? It was posted, was on his toe, now it wraps deep. Here, I just keep elevating him back. I can stay here, because he might even bail out right now. All right, I'll get my 2 points, or if he holds on. All right, if he holds on right here, then I just need to slip the other arm out. This arm that's in the middle, it was in the middle here, I'm gonna slide it out so I can get my double leg. Now he's definitely gonna need to bail out. Here, if I can, I'm gonna stay right in the middle of his legs. All right, climb up and work cross face, stuff like that. All right. So we're outside of his legs here, posted on his hand, here nice and tight, scoop, I'm inside now, okay? Reach down to his toe, lift, shelf it. This hand that was on his toe wraps nice and deep right around his knee. Now, elevate. He's not gonna be able to roll me through here because he's gotta be able to post off this leg. All right, he doesn't have any power without this leg on the mat. If I need to, if he tries to, and then I'll post on my head, right here. All right, wrap deep. This one comes through to double leg, and he's probably gonna bail out. Just climb up. One more time. Here, scoop inside, reach down, grab his toe, elevate to here. All right, see how wide my feet are? That helps too if he tries to roll me. All right, if I keep my foot right here, he's got more leverage. If my feet are wide, I got a good wide base, post, wrap, double leg. Any questions? If you can get inside both legs, it should be pretty simple then.
What if they don't bail out at the end?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back points there because I'm just gonna hold him. All right. So 1, 2, 3. What's up? Try and scoop it. All right, this guy, he's sitting behind me already, right? So if I am trying to get inside his legs, it's gonna be more of just like a wiggle here to get down inside. I never want to get my hips up in the air. All right. So that's that move. Next one we're gonna do. Most guys are gonna lock their hands here, right? And some guys are not gonna really pay attention to where they're locking. All right. If I'm in this position, I want my lock all the way up here. So now this guy I can't grab his elbow. But a lot of guys that you wrestle, you're keeping it locked right in the middle of your chest, and this elbow is going to be exposed. All right. So the first one we're going to do, all we're going to do is hook this elbow, and I'm going to run my feet. I post my head, and I keep running, all the way through. All right. Now it is possible. I don't really ever try to do this, but you can when you run. Try and stack a guy here. I just don't think it happens very often. Sometimes when you get in this position, he starts freaking out, all right, and then I end up losing everything, all right, and I don't even get any points, all right. So whenever I teach this, whenever I do this, the only thing I do is run all the way through. So I hook the back elbow here, All right, this hand that's out here, back hook his elbow, and I'm gonna run my feet. It's not a roll, all right? I run my feet. Run, all the way through. Once I get to here, it's actually gonna happen more so on the way through, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to my double leg, right here. Come up on top. Once you get it a couple times, you can start getting that double leg on the way through, because you'll find a little opening. Get here, and you grab it on the way through. All right?
It works a lot, guys. I think it works good right in here.
A lot of people do not pay attention to where the lock is. All right? And if you can even, like sometimes even if he has a pretty good lock here, all right, you're fighting, you're messing with him, and then you reach up and back hook this. Okay? Here, back hook. And again, it's not a roll. It's not going to work as well if you try and roll. If I go to my hips here and try and roll it, all right, I'm going to get stuck there. You have to run your feet here to here. So I can go to my double leg, or if we get to here, I can also take the bottom leg and hook this. Come up on top. I'm in my Turk position. All right, Turk, low leg cradle, match over. All right, so again, back hook, run my feet, right all the way through, switch to my double here. All right, there should be that little opening on the way through that you can get your hands through. And then the last one, you want to go to the Turk here, running. Now, also on the way through, I'm going to take this hand and I catch his bottom ankle here. Here, and I hook. It's important that when we're here, I have to keep pressure into him. All right, I'm driving into it right here. Now I'm going to spin towards his legs. Here, I'm in my Turk, a low leg cradle. Any questions on those?
Hey, switch to double leg, that first one, also on my leg.
Yeah, eventually. You might take a couple tries to figure out when your elbow is going to pop out and you get to that double. But yeah, it will be one motion. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. So we've been getting this move. All right, we might have gotten it once or twice in matches, you know, so people know that we're going to roll all the way through. So the next one we do is just going to be a fake. All right, so I'm going to act like I'm going to hook this elbow. All right, when I start to roll, I'm just going to let go of it. So I go here, and now look at this opening right here. Get my double leg. All right, so I hook, back hook, and instead of me running my feet all the way through, I'm just going to go to this knee. Here, and I bring this elbow high. Go to my double leg, my hips go down, and I run across. Here, back hook. Instead of rolling all the way through, I just touch this knee. Here, and my elbow comes high. At the same time, notice this hand that's up here goes down and reaches his leg. Here, see that? Here, hook, turn, that elbow comes high, go to my double leg. Now again, he's probably going to be trying to lift me through, so right away my hips go down. I have a double leg, so I can finish every time right here. All right, my hips go down, and I just circle, circle, circle. Okay, so I get to the other side. Once you get the hang of it, this is probably my #1 finish in here, and I don't even really grab this elbow, I just get in here. All right? And run to the side. All right, the elbow helps a lot though. It gives him, he feels like he's gonna start rolling, so he kind of panics a little bit, and then you can pop your elbow out.
I forgot to ask you, on the one before, when you hook his elbow with your elbow, you want to like grab your stomach or like?
What do I do? Yeah. Any other questions? No. All right, so 1, 2, 3.